Hello, and welcome back to yet another video component for regression analysis STAT 305. And today we're going to be talking about going over graded homework assignment number two. So let's get right into it. So for me, I think the single most important idea in regression analysis is probably predictive modeling. I feel like this is the idea that we can look past data and make pretty much smart guesses about the future. When I first started this course, I thought regression is mostly just drawing a line through a cloud of data points, pretty much. But over time, I've come to realize that it's much deeper and a lot more deeper insights can be followed. It's really about understanding patterns and reducing uncertainty. And I feel like we can choose to we can choose models that make good predictions, but not just for what they look like on paper and how fancy they may seem. Throughout this course, my understanding pretty much went from regression is just math and graphs to regression can, as a whole, can be a strategy for making informed decisions. I've learned that good prediction isn't just about fitting a model or making trade-offs, but it's really about the shift. It's really the shift in perspective that I've come to realize. It's changed the way that I've looked at data sets, trends, and all these patterns that I see around me. So, one key insight that I've gained from the theoretical side is the bias variance trade-off. In pretty much in simpler terms, this it's the idea that being too simple will give you errors and being too complex will also give you errors. The the magic pretty much is finding the sweet spot between the two. Before this class, I didn't realize how much the trade-off like pretty much controls and influences everything, from how flexible the model should be and to how well it kind of like predicts new data and new data sets. Understanding this tension made a lot of regression concepts click to me pretty much. Something that I found surprising from our applied work in this assignment was probably data dredging, which is I've never heard about it before in my life, but it was interesting to learn about. And it really surprised me how easy it is for one to fool themselves pretty much into thinking that they found something meaningful just because they've tried like millions, billions of models. So I didn't really expect to see how quickly like all this random noise could start looking like real and significant patterns. You really have to be cautious, and it was a good reminder that statistics can be powerful, but it's also dangerously persuasive, definitely, and you have to use it with discipline and proceed with caution pretty much everywhere. So when it came to the model selection arena, I found that BIC was my champion, as I found it's more conservative. It penalizes it penalizes for complexity. It's more heavily than something like it penalizes for something like complexity, definitely more heavily than AIC or BMS. And in practice, that means that it helps you kind of like avoid chasing tiny improvements that don't really help your model at all or help fit your data that much better. It pretty much just says that if you're going to add a variable or a predictor to the model, you better make it count, you better make it serious. And in a world like ours where overfitting is always like pretty much lurking, this mindset definitely carries a lot of value. So I would definitely still think the most challenging unconquered peak for me is still theory, the theory aspect of all this. I feel like I'm grasping the concepts, but fully understanding and mastering this underlying math and geometry of regression. It's something that I think will take a little bit more practice for me. And it definitely feels like a part of the subject that it keeps peeling back a layer every time I take a new look at it, I take another shot at it. It's always like I'm learning something new. But on the other hand, the most enjoyable concept I've come to master was definitely predictive model selection. I liked learning how to compare models and interpret the metrics and pretty much decide like what actually works. I mean, it feels like solving a puzzle, so I love it. I really enjoy it, and it feels like every piece has its own unique kind of standing. As for what I expect to score on this assignment, I pretty much expect an A. I feel like I've put a lot of real effort and hard work into understanding and interpreting all this and in this assignment. I feel like everything was pretty organized and typeset pretty well. So hopefully I can put forward my understanding of both practice and theory, and you can look through it thoughtfully. And pretty much finally, has how regression has changed. Regression has pretty much changed how I've seen the world. I mean, I see data pretty much everywhere. I see trends and patterns. And now I just don't see randomness. It's all like potential models pretty much. And I feel like it's all potential models, potential relationships, potential predictions. It's a world where I suddenly see this structure. It's not just randomness anymore. It's all these patterns that I feel like regression has helped me reveal. So this was grade homework assignment 2, and I hope you liked the video. So thank you for watching.